Hi again, YouTubers. So this is a review that was requested by quite a few people, and it is for the Coastal Scents brush. It's the number 518. This is what it looks like. It's interesting because it is not your normal stippling brush. It's not like a normal duo fiber brush like this that's very, very soft, has a lot of movement to it. This one is much more stiff and keeps its shape, and it's very, very dense, almost as if you have a kabuki with a duo fiber layer on top of it is probably the easiest way to explain it. When I got this brush, I fell in love with it. I love this for liquid foundation because I love dipping it into the product and you're stippling it on. My problem with a brush like this is when you're stippling it on, it's kind of like too soft and it's just kind of like sploosing out too much, like pushing out too far. This one stays how it is and remains very dense, so it makes it very easy to just stipple, because what I tend to do with something like this is once I get it on, I start swirling because I feel like it's not just stippling properly, whereas this just really, really, truly stipples on just such a great way. It's so easy to get like into the corners, like anywhere you need to, because it holds its shape very, very well. I absolutely love it. A lot of people ask me about it. A lot of people ask me to compare it to my Sigma F80, which is a really great foundation brush. I find sometimes with this brush, depending on the foundation and how heavy it is, if it is a thicker or heavier foundation, if I use this, I still have to use my F80 to buff in, but that's just more personal preference, that I really like to have that completely smooth skin. That would not work well for someone with dry skin, because if you buff in afterwards with a brush like this, it's going to kind of like over exfoliate your face and cause little dry patches. Whereas this brush, you can truly just stipple on and go. But as I said, I would suggest it with your more normal foundations, not a really, really heavy foundation. I find this does not work with the Chanel Perfection Lumiere. It's like too thick of a foundation, so if you're familiar with that, something like that. It works great with my Guerlain Chanel Vita Lumiere. Let me even think. I'm trying to think. Estee Lauder works great with Estee Lauder Double Wear and Double Wear Light. It is just an amazing soft brush, very soft, very inexpensive too. So if you are looking for a really good just stippling brush, or if you like the concept of putting foundation on with something like this, but it just doesn't feel right to you, because this never really felt right to me, this is a phenomenal, phenomenal product. Now, I just want to mention two other brushes real quick. MAC had come out a long while ago with something similar, but it's like way, way tinier. This is the MAC 130 brush, to give you a little bit of an idea, but it's dense like that brush is. But this is like the tiny, tiny version of it, and it's like, this is good for cream blushes and things, but not for a whole face. Same thing with the Real Techniques brush from Samantha Chapman, the stippling brush. It's a little bit bigger than the MAC one, just a little bit bigger, but nowhere near the size of this. Nowhere near it. This is just a really, really great brush, and I'm so glad that I got this from Coastal Scents. Just a phenomenal brush, and so far everyone I've seen on YouTube that purchased it and used it really likes it too. So I hope you found this review helpful. Let me know if you have any additional questions on this brush, and thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.